Yo, so this is episode, I don't know what, but playing music. Apologies if I leave halfway through, I've got something to collect. So what are we talking about today? The Straits of Hormuz, the upcoming quiz at the Nev. Lots to talk about today. Trying to get the shore off the ground, now called the Bristol Shoreline. Actors attached to that are Bruce Jones and Todd Carty. You might remember Bruce Jones, the Les Baptist being Coronation Street. Todd Carty was, I believe, Tucker in Grange Hill. I have someone in mind to connect us. I won't give their name away. That's all incognito made at the moment. But yeah, I'll grab the guitar in a second. In the meantime, shall we fill out a couple of crosswords here? A point. Jesus Christ, that's a long word. Place. Tie. Spontaneous. Not quite. Given up on that front, but. Anyway, this should be an interesting watch. So we got Saints versus the Gunners. There's always football on when Oasis were performing. That's Owen Morris, the guy who mastered the Oasis first two albums with Noel Gallagher. So I've got a bit of football on to hopefully inspire some creative magic here, and then we're going to get to work on probably writing a very nice song. But all within the hour, because time is of an essence. Gabriel, he's Brazilian. We've got William Saliba. There's one of the Armstrongs there, I believe. But Matt Letizia was famously Southampton's best penalty taker. And then there was two Armstrongs. We went to see Arsenal versus Liverpool. Liverpool versus Southampton at St Mary's, and the goal we scored was a cracker by Kyle Walker-Peters, and then but Jurgen Klopp at that point was only playing his the dregs of his team, because I think the person we got to see was Diego Jota. I think scored. I think we had Alisson on the bench. No, Alisson in goal for Arsenal. But this was before we got Ramsdale and things like that. Yeah, I think this is a historic victory for Southampton. Just watching it again, to get the to do a double take on it. I'll just place this over there whenever I leave to do something, and then you can follow it along. You can hear it okay. Yeah, so we were thinking about this state of elections in England. So we got the Greens are taking court in Denton. Some bin changes. They're going to start taking out the veg bins a week at a time, that make a difference? I don't know. But we got a new manager, Southampton, and I got not a flutter. I might have a flutter on this one. It's Southampton to get top 6 next year, to qualify and get top 6. I think that's possible. Can't see them doing a Leicester. I suppose that's what a real fan would do, isn't it? Bet one on that. I suppose momentum is the word, isn't it? Thrust, to quote one of the chickens in Chicken Run. He's talking to Mel Gibson, that famous anti-Semite. It's amazing they did that. Yeah, why did they allow Mel Gibson to be in Chicken Run? His dad is a Holocaust denier. Part of a Catholic far-right cult that doesn't believe in it and blames the Jews for the death of Jesus. Yeah, Mel Gibson's a fascinating guy. Yeah, apparently, Chris Hitchens looked into this and said his father had never told him a lie, famously. And this was a guy that took off to Switzerland, had stem cells put in, and came back. And I think Mel Gibson did some stuff where he changed the language from English to Aramaic or something to get away with some anti-Semitism. There's a great YouTube video about this with Christopher Hitchens reviewing Passion of the Christ. Roger Ebert gave it 4 stars. He called it the most violent film he'd ever seen, but he gave it 4 stars out of 4. Maybe if he didn't die, I don't think he put it in his great movie list. I'm almost certain of that. But I don't know, what are your thoughts on The Passion? I didn't get on with it. Yeah, what's that actor's name? He's in Deja Vu. I can't think of him right now, but yeah, no, he did his best, but yeah, that was a bit of a tough. Apocalypto was a ride. There's also a film called The Man Without a Face, which has something like a Haley Joel Osment type. I don't think it's Macaulay Culkin. Yeah, that was a bit better. Gibson, Mad Max, Lethal Weapon, and then for some reason he got really, really famous and he went insane. He got really, really rich. He got rich enough to start making his own movies and he went insane. But yeah, always once an anti-Semite, always an anti-Semite, apparently. Particularly if you're lingering on the far right end of the Catholic spectrum. And as for the Russia situation, I haven't been following the Ukraine thing. I imagine the Ukrainians are still fighting with all their might. Cuba better be on the lookout because that's going to happen. Venezuela, I think, is maybe taking care of itself. I don't know enough about that one. The Iran one is really interesting because Iran has completely gone insane, which I always knew it would. There's a civil war going on in the Muslim world at all times until a few key tenets of the thing are wrenched out, like Marx willed back in the day, saying we need to cull the living flower and all that stuff. I can see little glimpses of it, but it's in the hopefully in the final throes or something. Taking out the supreme leader, I think, is a bold move. I don't think it's simple as just having a new one come in and he's a despot and the next one's worse. I think that's a little bit short-sighted. I think this guy was beloved, but everyone was willing him to die. And for all his faults, Trump got this one maybe right. I think that population is aching for something like democracy. It probably won't be that. It'll probably be a second best. My first choice would be democracy, but I don't know if they're educated enough, and we've dropped enough books over that country to let the people know. But I mean, it might be a monarchy. That's what I've heard. And apparently the Shias are converting to Christianity, like it's going out of fashion. So yeah. But yeah, Islam's been on the need for a reformation. I wouldn't even say reformation. That's too bold. It's just a natural evolution towards secularism. It's just inevitable. Yeah, because we're not going away. I think there's this fantasy that we're just going to like eradicate Islam, but there's tons of ideas in there and things. But even just saying Islam is too nebulous. But the culture en masse needs to eventually realise that we're all part of the same planet here, and that we can't really be idolising people who went on rampages, taking over countries through force, and then the old child marriage thing is just it's off the time, I guess, but it's getting close to the edges, you know. So. But it's got a few ideas that a lot of Muslims hold sacred, so you've got to treat him with respect. But as a non-believer, I don't really give too much of a crap about it. But yeah, we don't want to neglect our Muslim brothers and sisters, because they are candidates for the next wave of civilization, and I hope they join us in that. And what else are we talking about? Yeah, I've got a few good recommendations for some magic videos to watch if you're interested in magic. There's a guy called Ryan. If you just type in Ryan Fool Us Coins, I think you'll get a very good video. Ryan Hashery, I think it is. He does an amazing coin matrix trick. He was on a speech about how Asians are always going to be better at everything than that. Yeah, it's amazing. It's like, now I'm in beast mode. That's really good. Yeah, I'm trying to think of anything else someone said that I think is worthy of telling you. Yeah, this is during the first financial crash. This is on the Bill Maher's Real Time with Bill Maher. Salman Rushdie just says, I hope this is a time of people living within their means. I thought that was a very wise thing to say. I met a guy recently who'd apparently he'd actually met Imran Khan, and Salman Rushdie famously made fun of Imran Khan, called him Im the Dim. So I have fun banter with this guy whenever he does it. He has his little stencil, which credit to him he got. And this guy's also apparently been in the same room as General Petraeus. But we clash on basically everything. But hopefully in a cordial way. Yeah, he's sweet enough. He is a first. I think he's a First Amendment absolutist, and it's one thing we got in common. And he's got that with Glenn Greenwald's and Max Blumenthal's and things. Max Blumenthal, Sidney Blumenthal, is the guy Christopher Hitchens famously got embroiled in the Clinton trial, and said, I missed Sidney and hit Clinton. Charlie Rose. So I said, are you, you think the rule of a journalist is to never get yourself involved with the story? Anything? Hitch went, not always. And that was before the George Galloway Battle of the Titans, when pre-Iraq War, and George Galloway was in full defending, Saddam Hussein as the salute your. His quote about Saddam was, I think he shook his hand and said, I commend your courage, indefatigability. And then he went on and called Bashar al-Assad the last Arab ruler. I've heard him described much better as a human toothbrush, because this guy downed his own citizens. The claim is always that the West puts these people into power, and that's way more complicated than that. These cultures can evolve in their own ways, and the complexities between the politics and things. It's not as simple as just America, bang, and new leader. It's not as simple. There are revolutions, there are religious overtakings, there are abdications, there are despots being taken out by people. Obviously, foreign powers sometimes take out a foreign despot, sometimes a despot's worse. But yeah, to boil this stuff down to a low resolution 7-pixel frame of just Gaddafi, Saddam Hussein, Putin, it is ridiculous. And I'm getting a little bit sick of having to argue this point. So if everyone could just make sure they don't get involved in these conversations and that they've done extensive reading. I haven't done extensive reading. I'm not a great reader. I'm an awful reader. I'll admit it. I can do one short book in a night. That's not great. But I write a lot. And then I'll kind of do my reading just to kind of brush up the old fingers. And hopefully they connect with the old noggin and we get something good out of it. Trying to think of anything that's slightly less heavy because it's Easter Monday, isn't it? Sorry, I'll stop being so. Let's try to think about something about cheese. Oh, there's a good podcast with Andrew Sullivan and Tom Holland, which is very interesting. It talks about the history of the Gospels and how they were an amazing record of I think Tom Holland describes them as the most fascinating documents in all of history. I think Andrew Sullivan is someone that you should know, especially if you're of the homosexual persuasion. This person is, if it wasn't for him, you wouldn't have gay marriage in America almost certainly. He did a debate with Peter Hitchens, and he made the case for it from a Christian conservative point of view, a Catholic point of view, and before you know it, it's passed under Obama. And then just around that time, David Cameron brought it in over here. So people do not forget Andrew Sullivan. He's a quality thinker. And he's a swing guy, he was for the Iraq War, now he's against this one. And I think it's for all the right reasons. If he's wrong, he's wrong. But we've all been wrong. Christopher Hitchens was for the Iraq War. He was against the Iran War. I think he would be probably against this one, because it's being handled. If you thought George Bush was inadequate, this is it's just it's a little boy playing with the army, and it's just like, it's not gonna. Trump's not capable of taking over the world. He hasn't read a book. He hasn't written a book. Even Hitler wrote Mein Kampf. And then everyone probably thinks, more worried about the really competent people. No, what's sat behind him is the establishment. Now they completely turned into Trump because he is a cultural force, and they talk like Trump. It's I think Michael Moynihan made this point on the Fifth Column podcast, which is when the Beatles came out. A load of bands came out and started to sound exactly like the Beatles. So you had Jerry and the Pacemakers. So Peter Hegseth right now talks like Trump. Marco Rubio isn't. J.D. Vance isn't, because they were kind of the same ilk. But Lindsey Graham went full Trump. He's an incredibly persuasive cultural figure, and that needs to be respected in a way. I wouldn't call it genius. It's charisma mixed with money, mixed with Simon Cowell-like televisual energy. But it's not. This is not Rasputin or Alexander the Great we're talking about, so don't get too worried. With the might of the American army, they can do a lot of damage, but you just got to just wait for this to be over. And, he's annoying. I find him more annoying, and I don't find him funny anymore. It's not even fun to It's not even fun to make fun of him. It's the most hacky thing you could do right now is just do a Trump joke. It's like, you know who's stupid? Trump. Yeah, but equally annoying are the people who think he's this Master of the Universe. Okay, I'll be back in a bit. Alright, enjoy the ball. So also, it's going to start the British music industry. So I went to music college. So I was too scared to study English. The first lesson was how to avoid text. So well and good. That's the good part. That's the diploma. That's enough. Fast spark commercial music. Now we're talking School of Rock territory. So the main man. Sorry, I'll just skip the adverts. Yeah, so it's a guy called Joe Bennett. And the bass player was John Bird. And there was another teacher there called... I'm not going to gamble on guessing her name because I can't do it. And instantly I knew it wasn't going to work because everyone was different, and I know they didn't seem right, so they were trying to crowbar people into bands and teach them how to be rock stars overnight. Well, maybe they're more teachers. I actually don't know what the point in that course was. I'm not sure I've heard any of them on anything. I think it was just a exercise in... I don't know. Adolescent masturbation taken to another level, I think. I think they need to improve. But there needs to be some kind of rule there, because first lecture was just Joe Bennett saying how he got out the Patient CD and read all the credits, and said they're not going to trust Gary Barlow with a comeback and take that. And if you could pick one boy band, you bet on the talent of the main songwriter being able to handle a comeback. I think Gary Barlow had 10 years to write Patience. I reckon those extra songwriters were people that were just tagged on to tweak it. I'm not sure that's a sign that it's a horrible band. I thought Gary Barlow was a good songwriter. They found some great people and they made a good band. And they're good lads. And then, and I think I was just said, well, I'm going for a little song right here. It's commercial music, okay? So she said, what are you going for? And I said, sort of an Oasis, Verve type thing, She was like, I think the Verve is bad music. And she just launched into a debate about how she once met Chris Difford from Squeeze and Midge Ure from Ultravox. And apparently Chris Difford was like, yeah, we just don't really care. No, Chris Difford really cared about the words. Midge Ure didn't really give a shit about them. Maybe it'd be slightly better if you apply yourself. As typical me, reading the Independent down the pub at lunchtime, trying to some corks crackling as much as I can, and then where it really got me is that connected with this girl called Melanie, who was a very pretty girl. She ended up taking us to Weymouth one time, letting her stay over. She left, by the way, as well. And she just said she didn't feel like there was anyone that she could hang around with there. Like, I got the same sense. I don't know if that says something about us or something about them. I don't. But very quickly I realised that as soon as I got to the Reckless Engineer and to play a Live Zeppelin gig with my friends, I got paid 100 quid that night. And I got to learn about having to sign a PRS form, these kind of things. I will go as far as to say that commercial music at Bath's Bar is probably up there. I won't say David Beckham studies. Commercial music. Or how to be a rock star. Dreamland. Yeah, they were talking about it. Like, oh, this is cheese. You gotta cheese to get a hit. You're gonna teach a hit in university. You do that in. You do that in his. You do that in his. That's when Tom York studies English or something. You're not going to get Radiohead out of that kind of. You're not going to get Radiohead out of them, I don't think. You might get the Kooks, like that. No, all the breaks come from either not university or proper courses. I honestly, I know George Martin was the patron of it or whatever. Lucy, I think her name was that something. Access to music. Think. Yeah. That's better than a gap year. Then after that, work on what you really like. You probably got if you're worth the shit, you're working on something else as well. You can't. There's no. Unless you're Noel Gallagher. And even he's a great talker. He could be a comedian actually. So yeah, he could. He had another option. Yeah, you really need to do. I mean, my advice is. I think Churchill said, if you find a job you love, you never work again. Now, if your job is making 200 quid a week playing in a pub band, or doing weddings, making it that way, 200 quid a week, it's something, isn't it? You'll probably put into the tax bracket, and then if you have a passion on the side. So it's about trying to roll the dice in different ways, use your wits. You're not dumb. You would have made it this far if you were dumb. And crucially, do not take my advice. Just look at me. Unpublished. Trying to make my way. But I'm alive. And I'm trying. Right, okay. And advice for any writers out there. spend as much time with friends as you can.
If
You've got a mind that absorbs things, and stores it. Remember the numbskulls? You know? Talk to as many friends as possible that have many different interests. And I recommend you meditate and lock them into little rooms in your brain. So right now mine looks very much like right now it's Southampton trying to get promotion, but no, mainly it's it flips around, but it's basically like, you know, eating and cooking, drinking and the smoke and marijuana intake, to not go insane doing that, and music is always that's really annoying. I hate that. I hate the fact I'm good at music. And then writing is like way up there, and then making a film is like there right now. I want that to be like that in my head, but it takes ages. Maybe 30 ish. I'm almost dead. And then just don't use the word like. Weed the word like out of your vocabulary by any means necessary, because it's so everyone wants to say like. Probably a good name for an album, actually. Kimbo Slice is like. Yeah, what if that dogfight guy got into? Right, I'm going to get the guitar like David Brentwood and play you a song over the football. And I hope that was worth no money. But the essence, that's where I'm on fire. Okay. Just the full douchey effect. Percussion. I'm sorry I keep playing this, but I just love it. And I'm so pleased I know all the lyrics. This is family business, and this is for everybody standing with us. Come on, let's take a family Grammy picture. Happy, remember when they ain't believe in me? And now she like, see, that's my cousin on TV now. We're getting it and we gon' hate it, and I'm his favorite. I'm gonna make it, I can't deny it. I'm a straight rider, but when we get together, be electric sliding. Grandma, get him shook up, oh no. Don't up in the photo, pick up, I got a room, I can't remember your name. Better at the photo, runs a tentacle, memory lane. You know the one auntie, you don't mean to be rude, but every holiday nobody eating the food. And you don't wanna stay there, cause them your worst cousins. Got roaches at the grip, like them your first cousins. Act like you and take your bath with your cousins. With 3 by the head and 3 by the leg. And the 6 of you, I take them 3 in the bed. But rain, go away. Let the sun come out and all the children play. Rain, go away. Let the sun come out, all the children play. I love to come out. I was about to give, and then you came along just to have your tender kiss. Thrills me for days and days, and I don't care what somebody says. I want you for always. Now that I found you, I wanna stay around you. So maybe yours, make me yours. I woke up early this morning with a new state of mind. I created with a rhyme without using nines and guns. Give your nose at the sky, give your heart to you. Take the rose to the rising sun. All my brothers from the shy, I'm my family dog. And all my niggas, they're my guys, they're my family dog. I feel like one day you'll understand me, dog. You can still love your man or be manly, dog. You ain't gotta get heated at every house warming. Sitting here grilling people like George Foreman. My Uncle Red Heart, she'll always performing. Second she storm out, then she's storming. Y'all gonna sit down and have a good time this reunion and drink some wine like communion and act like heaven find it if it isn't. We letting everybody in our family business here. Take me, baby, make me what you want me to be. So whatever you need, you're always finding me. Yeah, take me, baby, and keep me by your side. So wherever you go, I'm gonna be satisfied. Yeah, all of my friends, they say, man, dumb. And I will give to you some happiness in return, because what you need, oh baby, I got it. What you got, I'm just crazy about it. If you're looking for love that you never get tired of, make me yours, make me yours. This is family business. This is for the family that can't be with us. Got a cousin locked down and the answer's in us. That's why I spit it and my song's so sweet, like a photo of your Grammy's picture. Now that you're gone, it hit us super hard on Thanksgiving and Christmas. This can't be right. Yeah, the heard that tracker did, man, this can't be right. Somebody please say grace so I can save face and have a reason to cover my face. I even made you a plate. Soft food, you know how Grammy do it. Monkey bread on the side, my family do it. When I brought it, what I got, I had to look on through it. As kids we used to laugh, we knew that life would move this fast. And knew I had to look at you through a glass. And look, you tell me you ain't did it, then you ain't did it. And if you did, then that's family business. So, all these things, all these things, all these things, all these things, all these things. You already conquered my heart and my soul. Now I want you to take full control. Yeah, need the love that only you can give. If I can't have it, I don't want to live. No, I never had a love so sweet. I'd ever thought I'd be lucky enough to meet a girl with all your charms, to hold me with loving arms, make me feel secure and warm. Cause my heart's a run, yes, now that I've found you, I wanna stay around. So make me yours, make me yours, yeah, make me yours, make me yours. I've got a machine gun. That's the video. Alright, we'll do one more. Living my life like an open wound. Thanks, Gervais. Lockdown, guns out, take it away. Is that the kind of words that you hear when you pray? The speaker's actions speak louder than words. And I come on with death about last night I heard. But listen to the streets, wage war, wage war. I heard on this morning that I've heard it before. Lockdown, guns out, take it away. Watch out. Hey, hey, hey. Another loser comes my way. He speaks, but he has nothing to say. Alright. And I may not agree with the things that you say, but I'll fight to the death till I'm right in your way. Sorry, Voltaire, but I'll take it from here. You taught me the ropes and I learned how to steer. But listen to the streets, wage war, wage war. I heard it this morning and I've heard it before. The lockdown, guns out, take it away. Watch out! Hey, hey, hey. Another loser comes my way. Smile, let it kill you any day. Come on. By the way, it's not Snape's blackness is the problem, it's his age and the style of it. Sit and wait. Doesn't angel contemplate my fate? Do they know places where we go when we're gray and old? I've been told there's salvation, there's no wings unfold. And I guess now I'm lying in my bed. Thoughts running through my head, oh, and I feel love it. loving angels instead. So through it all, she offers me protection. Oh, I just ruined the perfectly good song. Hold on. I can save this. I could put a million words inside this melody, make you sing it. And in the space of these 3 chords, I'll take you to a place you've never been. And forever in your hometown, you're a rolling stone now. Yeah, we're just shots through the sand. Let me try to change your mind on something that I don't even believe in. Stars can come in many forms, but only some are worth the price we're charging. But forever in our hometowns, we're rolling stones now. Yeah, we're just shot through the sand. Maybe I just had a Kevin so much. Maybe we're just on a grabbing. Whoa, lunch and tell me what I say. I know. And forever in my hometown, rolling stone now, like a shot through the sand. And let me in, close you down now. May have mercy and simply drown you out. With red faith, you can feel it, so believe it, that it's time for change. and roll band. Well, throw it all away, and please don't put your life in the hands of a rock and roll band. Right, now we go. So I just know I tune in the whole I tell you. I gotta look at nothing and I say what's in my head, but I tell you that it's Ophelia, yours neath the window, watching Romeo, and Dylan's talking to Zimmerman in the rodeo with and Popeye's talking to Olive, while fairy tales do galloping around the castle of the wicked witch of the west, up to Hamlet, and Hamlet's wearing a dress. Conversation with Oscar Wilde as they discuss the moon landing until Alex Jones comes in and meets Nick Park, who tells them how to weave. In the Garden of Gethsemane, as Thomas Hardy tames the Baskervilles with the hound meets the beast of Bodmin. Please don't put your life in the hands of a rock and roll band. Throw it all away. Please don't put your lives in the hands of a rock and roll band. Well, throw it all away. Sorry. And now the Monopoly guy is talking to Professor Green. Penelope Pitstop is having a conversation with Captain Cook, telling fish cakes to anyone who can look and to anyone who can cook. And olive oil is dripping in the hair of the big friendly giant. His big ears get it big. And Captain Salmon talks to the wars and the carpenter about the Peregrine boat that's just floated ashore of Croydon, while surfers dive above it and jump the shark. And Fonzie's there, of course he is. Throw it all away. Please don't put your life in the hands of a rock and roll band. Please don't put your life in the hands of a rock and roll band. We'll throw it all away. Please don't put your life in the rock and roll band. And when Hamlet takes Jesus to meet Moses, we got Muhammad pouring wine out and Buddha doing his usual poses, and in walks Lady Macbeth. She's got a spot, ain't the spot she's talking about before. No, she's got a simple bed, so she's been lying in bed for too long, talking to Peter Pan and the darlings. Baby darling, this one's for you. Please don't put of a rock and roll band. Alright, that's episode... filler episode. More of these, 4 more of these, and then a walk for Bandcamp. Yeah, Mencap. What is that? Mentally... oh yeah, Mencap. I might need it one day. Damn. Hope you suffered through that like I did. Cheers, bye.